is just like the Minority Report and this war against psychic energies. Not only is it a war, but there's a rapturing, a collecting of them. Yes, psychics. People with their third eye so open that they can divine the future by any means and even create the future. This is inherent to the human condition. This is part of your hardware. But the software is what you interface with. And you want to find out how you're being viewed, how you're being looked at. If folks are looking through your eye. And a lot of psychics are having their eye blinded because there's other psychics on the other side. So you have a light versus dark dynamic. The dark psychics, they're putting the veil over the third eye of the light working psychics. And this veil is disguised in a word like revelation. Not just to unveil, that will be an unvelation. To unveil something, that would be an apocalypse. But they're reversing the apocalypse and putting these psychics in a time loop. So now you have the evolution going backwards. You have a de-evolving. And this is what they want to do to the psychics who have the Aquarian age all wrapped around them. Just like Minority Report with the 3 precogs that was in the pool. It's like 2 boys and a girl or something like that. 2 males and a female that were in this pool. Those 3 stood for all of the psychics. At least the ones that's on the light side that are being possibly hunted to be either slain or recruited. But you can feel it if you're intuitive. But it's designed for you not to feel it. There's a lot of distractions that will keep you from what it is. It's psychic versus psychic. You remember that cartoon called Spy versus Spy? That's what it's like. It's like spy versus spy. So you got both sides who can see both light and dark. And the ones that are on the dark side, the quote-unquote dark workers, they done jumped out of the water already. So they're out of the water. And they're on their way to steal the 3 precogs. The 3 precogs means precognition, premonition, prophecy. So they're there to steal the 3 underwater prophets. The prophets that are submerged in water, floating. The prophets that are constantly in the emerging stage of baptism, where they constantly have the heavens open. The heavens just stay thrown open for them. And anything that pours in through the ethers is going to be magnetized directly to their crown. And if these precogs are paying attention, they can literally see portions of the sky open up. And even right now, if I can catch this blue jay before it flies away, this is usually a sign of a precog marking. There's no reason for a random blue jay not to be in a spot like that and then to watch. The blue jay is an omen to precogs. Maybe either I'm one or somebody else in this parking lot is one. But the blue jay seems pretty close to me. I don't see any cars too close. And then as I mention him, he flies off. Let's see where he lands. In another tree to watch from, because he know I'm about to get out. and then lower. So this is the precog war. Can you, as a psychic, if you're developing your gifts, are you going to be able to provide the trees for these blue jays to fly from? Because deforestation has a double meaning. Not only are forests being chopped down, but people who represent trees are also being chopped down. socially, vocationally, educationally. There's a disenfranchisement that goes on. Very subtle, very beneath the surface, very serpentine-like. But this is part of the war. So if you're a precog, ratchet up your gifts. And when the deliverer comes, because there will be one that comes, go with him or her. Because they're trying to get you out of the pool before the dark ones come to get you out of the pool, because you don't know what the dark ones want with you. And you probably don't want to know. But there's a lot of speculation out there in the whole dark realm and the underworld of what happens there. So your best bet would be to go with the Mark Phillipses of the world and the you know what I mean, that'll free you from the programming, because it's precog versus precog. The future has always been unwritten. It's always been liquid. It's always been loose. It's always been open. And so with this opening of it, anybody could mold it. So it's a molding war. And it's a paint contest with one sheet. And everybody's throwing their paint on, trying to make their portrait. Portrait on top of portrait. Right now, it looks like a monstrosity. But the full fractal of whatever kind of pattern this portrait creates that we all put our paint on, this is determining what the overall universal picture is, or dare I say even omniversal picture. Super T Sigma, Sigma programming. Stay up for now. Continue to grow, continue to expand. Peace.